I'm Senator Ken Yager, and I'm talking to you now from the state capitol. The legislature has finished its work for the week, much of it given over to budget affairs. I told you in last week's video that the governor had made his presentation of his annual budget proposal to the legislature in the amount of about $37 billion. And one of the proposals that he made to us was the Tennessee Reconnect, which is an exciting program that's going to help adults afford to go back to college at one of our fine community colleges. But there are many other pieces to this budget, and I want to talk a little bit about the process today. And then next week, we'll talk about some more of the specific programs. But the budget, as I said, is a multi-billion-dollar budget. And after the governor makes his presentation, it's broken up into pieces. The different departments' budgets are assigned to different committees. Now, I chair the State and Local Government Committee, which will hear 13 of those budgets that range from maybe $500,000 to $1 billion. And so for the next 5 weeks, we will be hearing budget testimony from each of the department heads. This week, for example, we heard from the Department of Parole and Probation, and the Tennessee Advisory Commission on Intergovernmental Relations. And in the weeks ahead, we'll hear from the state's military department, the State Historic Commission, the state's Veterans Services Office, the Alcoholic Beverage Commission, and the list you see is very long and varied. But the most important budget that we'll look at in the weeks ahead is the corrections budget, which this year will be a billion with a B dollar budget. We're spending $1 billion in Tennessee to house 21,000 people in our state prison system. And I'm really concerned that we need to take a look at that because over 50% of those prisoners have been in jail before, have been in prison before. And we really need to work on equipping our inmates as they leave the system to rejoin the community in a gainful way so they won't be coming back to prison. And you'll see that issue a lot in the committee deliberations when we have the Department of Corrections over, and I'll be talking more about it. And I encourage you to watch it going to our state website and follow the links, and you can watch us stream live or find us in the archives, whichever is good for your schedule. But thank you again for letting me be your senator, and I'll talk to you next week.